Hi guys. That volume is too high. Reduce kiasi. So guys, I'm chewing cane. Chewing cane and I have to do it inside the house. And this cane of mine, let me show you. It is sugar cane. I've just come from cutting it. I peeled it from out there because I have to sit in the house and watch Queen Elizabeth's burial. Now, have you ever sat in a house until you feel you're hungry? Hey! So you don't want to go and cook. You don't even want to go and purchase something to cook. So you sit in the house and you say, now, I want to chew cane. You don't even want to go outside and chew cane. And you know when chewing cane, sugar cane that is. What do you call it? The leftovers. No, I know they're not called the leftovers. I don't know what they are called. What are they called? I called you that thing.
I guess residue.
The residue. The residue, you know, you have to do it outside somewhere because it will just spoil the house. But we had to do it inside the house. Inside the house because so look, all this that is sugar cane, and this is my residue bucket because we can't go out. We want to see this value. It's historic. It's historic. So this is how I do mine. I cut pieces. You know, this is very soft sugarcane from my kitchen garden. I cut pieces like this. A knife. And I chew. By the way, it's very sweet. Very, very sweet and very soft. You can imagine. Very soft. And very sweet. This is 4 in the evening, 4 in the afternoon, Kenyan time. So it's 2 hours behind UK. We are 2 hours ahead of UK. And if it's 4, then that is 2 o'clock in London. For those who don't know. I know because I have a friend who is in the UK. And she keeps telling me what time to call her. So usually when I wake up, I call her at around 10. Then I know it's 8 o'clock in their country in the morning. You know, you have to give people time to wake up. So guys, there before I used to chew cane and blood would come out of my mouth and I could see these residues with blood. But these days, I'm an expert. I tell you guys, this sugarcane is so sweet. You should know. Join kukatakatie pieces like this. You know that's the way I chew mine.
Okay.
You're okay that way? So we are watching the burial when we are still chewing our sugarcane. in the house. And this is 4 o'clock. Or in the evening, or in the late afternoon.
Well, the town of Windsor is, of course, a major tourist destination. It's used to crowds. But today,
I don't know what is happening. You see,
a unique character.
this lady was born in 1926 and has died in 2022.
With bouquets,
Huh?
with thousands of visitors, some local,
She was only 4 years less a century.
are quietly positioning themselves to take one last look.
Only 4 years less a century. Imagine such a blessing from God.
They're taking us through this afternoon's event.
I suppose the way to see this afternoon's
God has given her the hope, her full life, if I should say.
was
She has lived, you know, living. You live until you thank God.
coming to pay tribute
Mm.
to Her late Majesty. What is going to happen
She
here
has
at
lived.
Windsor this afternoon is much closer to
Living until you thank God.
And as Kirsty was saying,
Yeah.
the Queen is going to
96 years.
be interred here along with the Queen Mother
Guys,
and Stuart, the Duke of Edinburgh.
do you want to live long or you would rather die young? And who would want to die anyway? Is that a question or an answer? Nobody would want to die. So we all tell God, God let us live long. Give us many more years to live in this land of the living, to see the goodness of the Lord in this land of the living. I shall not die but live to see the goodness of the Lord in this land of the
Sitting
living.
here now, perfectly obvious, we're not in Westminster Abbey. They've assembled here, and they are a different kind of congregation, much smaller. They include.
So guys, we are continuing chewing
the Queen's
cane.
godchildren.
Now I'm seeing motor cane.
Large
And,
numbers of people who worked on the Queen's estates, whether in Scotland, or in Norfolk, or in London. Some of them wearing, you see that little medal, the Royal Victorian Order, which several people here are wearing, and that's the order that's in the personal gift of the Queen, only given to people who have worked for her, and it's her decision whether they should have it. So, what we'll see here is a quite different service, but with this momentous ending to it, which Hugh was talking about earlier on. The moment when the instruments of monarchy
When we
that
chewed
were presented
cane
to
while
her
watching
in Westminster Abbey at the coronation are removed from the top of the coffin and returned to those 3 cushions you can just see in the far distance on the altar of St. George's Chapel. The banners,
and the value
of course,
continues.
here are of the Royal Order of the Garter, hanging splendidly all the way down. The Garter Knights, who each have to provide the banner, there are 24 of them in all, and members of the royal family as well. So this chapel not only serves the purpose of being the Chapel of Windsor, but also of the Order of the Garter, founded in 1348 by Edward III. So history here, just as in Westminster Abbey, history here is present for this momentous afternoon.
Well, I'm joined now in our studio by the very well-known face, the gardener and broadcaster, Alan Titchmarsh. Thank you very much for taking the time, especially since this is a personal day for you too.
Oh guys,
because
they
you
also
know the Queen
queue,
has
they
run
also
very many
line up by
places.
the roadside
What are your thoughts today?
to watch the
as you watched, as
procession,
we've
just
all
like we
watched,
do
almost
here.
spellbound by some of those images.
They line up by the
We've all
roadside
come
to watch
together.
the procession,
As she said, we
just
would,
like we do
and
here.
we must. And there's been this enormous sense of togetherness
Right now they're in
created for
Windsor.
us by late Majesty, the Queen. And
They're in
the fact
Windsor.
the streets were so lined, the Westminster Abbey was full of the
They're in
great and the
Windsor.
good, but we were there too, in spirit
Windsor.
and in many thousands in person.
You know Windsor,
And she has
Wako
pulled
hapo.
us all together over the years, and I've felt also
You are
an enormous
saying
sense
yes.
of continuity.
I wanted to trap you.
We all thought, oh my goodness, what will happen when the Queen goes? The Queen is gone, and yet we're still
So I
here.
know it's
She
Windsor
would have
in
wanted
UK,
us to
not-
be. We now have a king who has taken up the reins
I don't think so, yes,
seamlessly,
because we have a
spoken
Windsor here in
beautifully,
Kenya.
right the way through. And I feel safe. I feel as though we've all come together to say we're all right. You know, it will be okay. She gave us 70 years on the throne. We've learned from her. We will not disappoint her. We will carry on. We will be positive. And we will remember her with enormous fondness and respect.
I was wondering what you were making of. To me, although of course a state occasion, and indeed there will never be a grander one than that, but I was looking at the wreath on the coffin, so full of colour. I saw rosemaries, hydrangeas, there were dahlias, oak leaves. It seemed to me it was a very, very personal touch, and I just wondered, you with your gardener's eye, what you think of that.
Still
Our
watching the
history was in
procession,
that
guys.
wreath. There were
I
oak
see
leaves
they
there
were in
oak
Windsor.
trees in Windsor Great Park that were growing here and were mature when William the Conqueror invaded in 1066. Some of
You're
them are
listening to
still
that?
there, still alive, and it's Hearts of Oak, isn't it, that famous military song? The oak leaves, rosemary, as you say, for remembrance, English roses, and the Prince of Wales, as you know, as I know, is a great gardener, and it was his wreath there, his message on there to his mother, who was also
Now,
a
is
keener
this
gardener than most
going
people
now to
would
the value
realise.
site
She
or
loved
where?
that.
I didn't know.
I think it's
She
been
loved
taken now to the
small
value
flowers.
site,
The
isn't
Leaves
it?
Valley was her favourite flower. She loved primroses.
Because there before they were in
Humble
the
flowers in a way, rather like
in a-
Queen
like a
Alexandra,
stadium or
who was
something.
Edward VII's queen. She liked what she called her poor little flowers, really small little flowers. And it was a great reminder that one of the lasting great legacies from the Queen was the Queen's green canopy.
Yes.
That carries on. It is of small consolation to me that the first words my sovereign ever spoke to me in 1985 at the Chelsea Flower Show, when I did a cottage garden, she said to me, first time
Hey,
she ever
guys,
spoke,
that's
never
not
met her, she said,
you're
"Your
only
audience is
chewing
very
cane.
small."
You know, when chewing cane,
And she
put
must have
sugar
seen I was
cane.
crestful.
You
She
keep
went
doing
on
what
to
you're
say,
saying.
"I
But
like
mine
small when
is
they're large, they
different
taste
because
like
She's quite right.
Oh,
It's
no.
like that. What about what she gave you your tea when you got
She
married?
did.
And people always say, well, you know, I don't really talk about what she said. Well, maybe now, maybe today is the day to talk about what she said. What was the conversation?
Well, I tell the great joke, it was 2000, it was the millennium, New Year.
one dropped down, but I
In
picked
that January, when I knew I'd got it, I was asked to go to Sandringham to talk to the Sandringham WI. Only about 25 members and the Queen in the front row. And I remember standing up to address this AGM. The Queen was right in front of me, and I said, "Oh man, we're awfully close, aren't we?" And so she took over the table, the trestle table, and she said, "Yes, you pull, I'll push." And I had a lovely time. You know, when you can make the Queen laugh, or when you could make the Queen laugh, she threw her head back. It was genuine laughter and the smile that we all know. And then when I came to
Are you listening to that, guys?
I don't know if she would say anything about it. And I went up to her like that.
These are white people
"Are you
talking."
busy?" I thought, I was a bit disappointed, you know, it was a bit gentle, but I thought, no, she sees a lot of people, she can't remember. And I told her what I was doing, television and writing. And at the end, the hand came out, and she shook my hand, she said, well,
The
she
way
said,
they
you give
talk.
a lot of ladies a lot of pleasure. She never did.
They
Well, I
colonize
didn't really
us,
realise
so we
until
speak
somebody
English, but their
explained
English
to me,
is
so what she said,
the one that they are swallowing when talking.
And so I was going home in the car with my wife, and I said, you know, I couldn't make up my mind whether to be buried or cremated. I'd quite like to be buried because I'd like a headstone along said I can't teach much MBE 1949 to whatever. He gave a lot of ladies a lot of pleasure, Elizabeth.
Well, she was
So guys, this is the way to eat a sugar cane. You don't have to hold, you know. There before we used to hold like this.
Prince Charles, the night before.
No,
he
we
was
don't do
about
that
to
anymore. We do
become
it in a
king.
civilized way. You can chew
And
your
one of
sugar
the
cane in the
special
house.
ones, presumably enough
You have the
special
residue
license.
bucket.
It was at Dumfries
Then you have
House,
the sugar cane.
up in Ayrshire, and I've been an ambassador to the Princess Trust and Princess Countryside Fund for a long time. I've also been, since its formation, an ambassador to
Split
the
it up.
Princess Foundation, which does a
Pieces.
huge amount of work.
Then
and particularly
those
I think in that
pieces,
part
cut
of
them
Scotland,
up.
around Dumfries House, 12,000 people have visited all kinds of things. And I was up there to have a look round, and I saw the Prince in the morning, and ran across the ground, I said hello, and we had a quick chat, and then he said, you know,
And chew your
"Let's go
sugar
to the
cane.
estate walk with me tomorrow," which
And I'm telling you, by the time you get to realize it, you have chewed a lot of it.
We had a dinner in the
This can also reduce stress when you are stressed.
And after dinner, we
You
have
can do
more
this
coffee,
inside the house. You don't have to
and
go
we listen
outside.
to
Put it
music,
outside,
listen
then
to
come with
piano
the
and the guitar.
residue bucket
Prince
and your
plays
pieces,
the
a piece of
Penguins
knife,
player, a bottle of scotch,
and you're done.
guitarist,
Guys, please
a
subscribe to
bottle of
this channel,
champagne.
Never
We're all
End
chatting. Then about
TV.
11
Give me a
o'clock, Prince would
subscription
make his way
today.
around the room to
Kindly.
me.
For those that are
And I
new
have
here,
to be
you're
standing by the
welcome.
door.
For the returning ones, thank you for coming
So,
back.
come to tea sometime. I said, look,
Kindly
I've known
subscribe,
him for a long time.
and we'll see you in the next one.
And off
Let
he
me
went
continue
to bed, and off
watching
I
the
went
body
to bed, and I got
as
an
I
early flight
chew
in the
my
morning.
sugar.
When I got home,
Bye.
I realised that I'd said goodnight to the king on his last night. I had no inkling that night